Battle of Gettysburg occurred in July of 1863 and was very important because it was the turning point of the Civil War. The battle started when the Confederates, led by Robert E. Lee, marched north to Pennsylvania to fight against the Army of the Potomac, which was commanded by George Meade. During the second day, Robert E. Lee ordered James Longstreet to attack the Union Army again, using a flanking strategy. A Union commander named Joshua Chamberlain and his men withstood repeated assaults from Confederate soldiers at Little Round Top, and finally drove them away with a bayonet charge down the hill. On the final day of the Battle of Gettysburg, 12,500 Confederates charged at the center of the Union line, known as Pickett's Charge. The Confederates were unsuccessful, which forced Robert E. Lee and his Confederate soldiers to retreat, resulting in a Union victory. The Battle of Gettysburg was the deadliest battle of the Civil War, with over 51,000 casualties. The huge number of casualties was caused by the large number of troops on each side, and both armies being very determined to win. While men were away fighting in the Civil War, women were left behind, but they still wanted to help out in some way. Many volunteered or took on jobs, making them an important part of the war effort. Approximately 3,000 women served as nurses. Around 400 women even disguised themselves as men so that they could enlist and fight in the war, even though they could get arrested if they got caught. Women also cooked, planted gardens, canned food, made uniforms, and acted as spies for the Union and Confederacy. One woman named Frances Clayton disguised herself as a man to fight in the war. She enlisted with her husband in the Union Army under the name Jack Williams and fought in 18 battles. She was wounded 3 times, imprisoned once, and even after her husband was killed at her feet, she continued fighting. Another woman helping in the war was named Susie Taylor. She was a freed slave who nursed sick and injured Union soldiers, did their laundry, and taught many to read and write when they were off duty. Women had significant roles in the Civil War. Around 5,000 to 10,000 offered to help out.
All the right reasons why our president is the best. Lincoln has motivated the Northern war effort and gave the war a higher purpose after the Union victory at the Battle of Antietam. He has been able to free all slaves in areas that are still in rebellion against the federal government with the Emancipation Proclamation. An important law that needs support would be the Enrollment Act, because there has been reports that Abraham Lincoln is requiring states to draft men to serve in the American Civil War. If individual states do not meet their limited enlistments through volunteers, we will have to start picking random people. We could use all the help in the war to win, so come on down and sign up.
And now for an interview with the General of the Union Army, General George Meade. What was an important day during the Battle of Gettysburg for the Union?
The third day of the battle made a big impact on our win because we were able to stop a Confederate invasion and win a crucial day 3 battle.
What was one tactic you used that made an impact on the Union win?
One tactic that I used was to simply wait. I made the prediction that Lee would make an attack on the center of my line. We waited for him to come, and not much later, he showed up exactly where I had thought. This was a big advantage.
Have you been dealing with any struggles since the end of the war?
Yes, actually I have. To be honest, I have been receiving a lot of criticism for not taking a few of the opportunities that were given to me.
What does the success over Robert E. Lee mean to you?
It means a lot to me. A win over Lee and his Confederate Army has been something that no one else can do. I have revealed his weak side, and now my Union Army has gained more confidence in our fighting ability.
Thank you for your interview tonight.
Thank you for having me.
And now we are here with breaking news. The economy is beginning to decline very quickly. The South is being affected most by this economic disaster because the North is in its first stages of the Industrial Revolution. A new act has been put in place. It's called the National Banking Act. This act is to help establish a national currency and help with federal war laws.
And no one else can